Most real estate agents are wasting time and money on automation tools that don't move the needle. After implementing systems for hundreds of agents, I've discovered that just 20% of the automation drives 80% of the results. And today, I'm revealing exactly which ones matter, so you're not wasting time. In this video, I'm breaking down the 80-20 rule of real estate automation, the 20% of the AI tools that deliver 80% of the results. After implementing automation systems for hundreds of agents since 2019, I've identified the exact automation points that create exponential returns versus the shiny objects that waste time and money. If we haven't met before, I'm Rohan. I'm the founder of NurtureBeast, a certified Go high-level admin, and a former SEO strategist at Realtor.com. I've spent the last 8+ years helping real estate professionals and other business owners build systems that actually work in the real world, not just look good in a demo. Stay until the end of this video because I will reveal the single most powerful automation trigger that most agents completely overlook and one that can recapture leads that you thought were long gone. Let's start with a reality check. The average real estate agent today is using between 5 to 12 different software tools: CRMs, email platforms, social schedulers, transaction management, e-signature tools, the list goes on. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of these tools aren't talking to each other, aren't even being used to their full potential. It's a tech stack bloat, and it's costing you time, money, and deals. The 80-20 rule, or the Pareto principle, tells us that roughly 80% of the effects come from 20% of the causes. In real estate automation, this means that a small number of key automations will drive the vast majority of your results. So what are those 20% automations that actually matter? Let me break them down for you. Automation 1, instant lead response. When a new lead comes in, whether from your website, Zillow, or a Facebook ad, how quickly are they getting a response? Industry data consistently shows that the response time is the single biggest factor in conversion rates. The agents who are winning aren't necessarily better agents. They're just the first ones to respond. In today's market, first means within minutes, not hours. This is why an automated instant response system is non-negotiable. 1, it should acknowledge new engagements immediately. 2, ask 1 or 2 qualifying questions. And 3, set expectations for the next steps. One of our clients implemented this single automation and saw their lead engagement jump from 23% to 67% overnight. Not because the messages were better, but just because they were faster. Automation 2, smart follow-up sequences. The average lead requires 8 to 12 touches before converting, but most agents give up after 2 or 3. This is where smart, behavior-based follow-up sequences become critical. The key word here is behavior-based. Everybody does generic drip campaigns and they don't work anymore. Your follow-up needs to adapt based on how leads are engaging. If they open but they don't reply, if they click but don't book, and if they ghost you after initial contact. One of our clients had over 200 dead leads in their database. We implemented a simple 3-message reactivation sequence, and 17% of those leads responded. They were opportunities they already had paid for but abandoned. Automation 3, calendar and appointment management. This is my favorite automation. The back and forth of scheduling is a massive time sink, and no-shows are absolute deal killers. This is why automated calendar management is in the critical 20%. Your calendar system should allow leads to book without your involvement, send automatic reminders at strategic intervals, handle rescheduling without you lifting a finger, and finally, follow up after no-shows. We have seen no-show rates drop by 50 to 70% with proper appointment automation. This is not a small improvement. It's the difference between a pipeline that converts and the one that constantly stalls. Automation 4, transaction milestone updates. Once a deal is in progress, communication becomes even more critical. Buyers and sellers want to know what's happening, what's next, and if everything is on track. Automated milestone updates keep clients informed without you requiring to send a dozen of individual messages. Every time a transaction moves to a new stage, your clients should automatically receive what happens next any action items that they need to complete, timeline expectations. This not only saves you time, but actually improves the client experience. They feel informed and in control, which leads to better reviews and more referrals for you. Automation 5. Post-close nurture. This is the automation most agents skip entirely. Yet, it's potentially the most valuable automation out there. Your past clients are your best source of future business, but only if you stay top of mind. An effective post-close nurture sequence should send congratulations immediately after closing, check in at 30, 90, and 180 days, provide seasonal home maintenance tips, gently remind about referrals, and acknowledge home purchase anniversaries. One of our clients implemented this single automation and saw their referral business increase by 34% in 6 months. That's essentially free business from work they have already done. Now, what about the 80% of the automations that don't matter as much? Here's what to avoid or minimize. Complex social media posting schedules. Simple is better. Over-engineered email templates with dozens of variations. Fancy chatbots that try to do too much. Automation for tasks you rarely do anyway. Now, I promise to reveal the single most powerful automation trigger that most agents overlook. Here it is. The re-engagement trigger. This automation activates when a lead who previously engaged suddenly goes silent. Maybe they were hot, looking for properties, asking questions, and then nothing. Most CRMs and automation platforms don't have this built in, which is why we specifically designed it for NurtureBeast. It works like this. The system detects when a previously engaged lead hasn't responded in X number of days. It automatically sends a casual, non-pushy check-in, which is AI enabled, that looks at the context. If they respond, great. If not, it tries a different angle 3 days later, and the final message creates an urgency with closing your file approach. This single automation has more lost deals than any other in our system. Why? Because it catches the lead at the exact moment they are slipping away. Here's what I want you to take away from this video. The power of automation isn't in having more tools. It's in having the right tools connected in the right way, focusing on the moments that actually impact your bottom line. If you implement just these 5 key automations, instant follow-up, smart follow-up, calendar management, transaction updates, and post-close nurture, you will be ahead of 90% of the agents out there. And the best part, you don't need a dozen different tools to do this. A single, well-designed system like NurtureBeast can handle all of these critical automations in one place without the complexity of trying to connect multiple different platforms. I'll show you how to audit your current tech stack to identify gaps and redundancies so you can simplify while improving results. If you are ready to focus on the 20% of automation that actually drives results, hit subscribe and check out the link in description to learn more about how NurtureBeast can help you implement these exact systems in your business. Remember, in real estate automation, less is often more, as long as you're focusing on what actually matters.